Hey guys, Paul here. Thanks for joining me in this new video. So today we're at the West Coast again. I want to try something new, at least for me, which is landscape drone photography. So that was the idea, but please follow me and let's see what happened.
You crazy mother.
So this video was going to be about drone landscape photography. So my first target for this new series is Point Reyes. At Point Reyes there is a lighthouse that I wanted to capture. This was going to be my first landscape photography for this series. So I took an hour-and-a-half drive to Point Reyes from where I live. So here we are, we made it. This is the place. Point Reyes Lighthouse. Apparently it's closed. They're doing some maintenance or repairs or something, so we can't get in. It's past 7 right now. It's pretty cold. The west coast is like that. Up north it's pretty cold. We got San Francisco just about a few miles to that way. This is the lighthouse right here. Look at the west coast. That is the west coast over there, north of San Francisco. You can see we're pretty high from sea level, but unfortunately the sun is that way. It's overcast, but yeah, we made it. This is it. So let's get the drone up in the air and take it from there. Hopefully it's not too windy that the drone can't handle it, but we'll see. If it's too risky, then I'm gonna abort the whole mission. But here we go. As soon as I got there, I noticed there was going to be a little bit of trouble. I think the winds were pushing at least 30 miles an hour. The parking lot at Fort Reyes already is at a 400 feet elevation. So as I took off, already I noticed there might be some trouble. A challenge with the wind. And sure enough, just as I expected, there's the high wind warning from the DJI app. Now I'm thinking, it may be a time to think this over, but I was still curious to see where actually was this lighthouse. I was sure it was west of where I was, but I didn't know how far actually it was. And maybe I could take a peek and see if I can find it and maybe take a picture of it. I knew it had to be over this ridge. How far, I don't know, but over this ridge for sure. And out of nowhere, there it is. It started to peak and I noticed, oh my God, it's way down there. It turned out it was half a mile from where I was. Under this windy condition, there's no way I was going to risk it. And there's no way I was going to risk sending the drone in that direction. So I just hovered around 350 feet of elevation, about 1,500 feet away from where I was. Just taking pictures, looking at the scenery, see if there's anything I can salvage from the strip. In the distance there was a cargo ship coming out of San Francisco Bay. Who knows where it's going. And further south, where that dark gray area is, that's the San Francisco Bay. This mountain right here, or this ridge, is part of the location where I am, Point Reyes. So that was it. I gave up and I decided to call it quits. So this is where I start to panic and I said it's time to come home. So this is the next part of the ordeal. Now, bringing it back home. facing the wind. I tried bringing it back home, full throttle, and the drone wasn't moving. It was barely inching away. At certain spots, I felt that it was going backwards. I even tried putting it on sport mode to see if I could bring it back, but I realized that the setting didn't allow me to put it on sport mode while I was in the air. There was an option that I had to put on, and I wasn't going to try to figure it out while facing that wind. Eventually what I did was lowered the drone, lowered the elevation, and tried to see if the mountain would cut the wind. And sure enough, that's what happened. So cutting the elevation, bringing it down that is, it helped the drone avoid those heavy winds. I guess the mountain helped cut that wind, and eventually it started picking up speed, to my relief. Slowly but surely, it started to come back. At full throttle, from 0 miles an hour to about 12 miles an hour, even I think 15, that was much a relief. As the drone was inching closer and closer, I was feeling much better. In the end, the video about drone landscape photography turned into a video of how to handle high wind situations and how to avoid major problems. So here are some tips. Check the weather and wind conditions of the location you are headed to. When facing high winds, lower your drone elevation. At higher elevations, stronger are the winds, and at lower elevations, lower are the winds. Don't panic. Panic doesn't allow you to think rationally, so calm down, take a deep breath, and assess the situation. Importantly, keep track of your battery life. You will use up your battery quicker on stronger wind situations because the motors are simply working harder. Give yourself plenty of battery juice to return to your home location. As it inched back home, I wasn't relieved until I actually saw it. Wow, I was scared. I got scared, man. I was scared, man. That's what I said. I was literally scared for a second. So with all that said, I'm not giving up on the drone landscape photography series. If you're interested in following along, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss anything. Now until the next time, Palacho from Sonoma by Drone, signing out. Peace!
You crazy mother.